A recent flare-up on social media has brought the spotlight back onto Gervonta "Tank" Davis, the WBA lightweight boxing champion, as he engaged in a heated exchange with up-and-coming fighter Curmel. The back-and-forth, rooted in a mix of personal jabs and professional rivalry, unfolded on X, the platform formerly known as Twitter, and has reignited discussions about Davis's behavior both inside and outside the ring. This incident comes on the heels of Davis breaking his silence after a period of personal turmoil, including a domestic violence arrest that has cast a shadow over his boxing career. The situation has drawn commentary from fans, fighters, and industry insiders, all weighing in on the implications for Davis's future in the sport. The drama began when Martin, a young prospect mentored by Floyd Mayweather Jr., shared a screenshot of a post by Davis predicting that another fighter, Zach Queen, would defeat Martin. In the post, Davis called Martin "all hype" and praised Queen as a real trench baby, a term implying authenticity and grit. Davis admitted he had never seen Queen fight, but still took the opportunity to take a swipe at Martin, suggesting he was trying too hard to emulate a certain persona. Martin, who didn't come across the post until later, was incensed. He fired back, calling Davis a sensitive bum, and asserting that he could outbox him. The timing was unfortunate, as Davis had recently deleted his social media accounts, leaving Martin's retort unanswered for the moment. This exchange, though brief, highlighted a growing tension between the two lightweights, fueled by their shared history and differing paths in the boxing world. Davis's comments about Martin weren't entirely out of the blue. The two have a history, having sparred together in the past when Martin was a teenager training at the Mayweather Boxing Club in Las Vegas. Martin, now 18 and a rising star with an undefeated 5-0 record, has been vocal about those sessions, describing them as competitive and speed-driven, likening them to a chess match. He acknowledged Davis's strength but maintained that he matched him in skill and speed. These sparring stories have added fuel to their rivalry, with Martin using them to assert his credibility while Davis seems irritated by the younger fighter's boldness. The fact that Martin trains under Mayweather, Davis's former mentor, adds another layer of complexity. The two are reportedly at odds, with their strained relationship playing out publicly through social media spats and subtle jabs. The timing of this feud is particularly significant given Davis's recent legal troubles. On July 11, 2025, he was arrested in Miami Beach on a misdemeanor domestic violence charge stemming from an incident on Father's Day, June 15. According to police reports, Davis got into an altercation with his ex-girlfriend, the mother of his two children, while picking them up at her home in Doral, Florida. The argument reportedly escalated, with Davis allegedly striking her in the back of the head and slapping her face, causing a minor cut to her lip. The victim's mother witnessed the aftermath, and cell phone footage captured Davis throwing a small box at the woman during the dispute. Davis was taken into custody after a license plate reader flagged his vehicle, and he was booked at the Turner Guilford Night Correctional Center without bond. He refused to sign a Miranda warning form, according to the arrest report, adding to the perception of defiance that often surrounds him. This isn't Davis's first brush with the law. His history includes a 2020 domestic battery charge, a 2022 domestic violence arrest, later dropped, and a 2021 hit-and-run incident that resulted in house arrest and probation. These recurring legal issues have sparked concern about his ability to stay focused on his career. His coach, Kenny Ellis, has spoken out about the latest incident, emphasizing a reliance on faith and avoiding detailed discussions about the situation. Ellis insisted that the lightweight division needs Davis, describing him as the most exciting fighter to watch due to his unpredictable style and knockout power. Despite the controversies, Ellis believes Davis remains a cornerstone of the sport, capable of drawing massive crowds with his explosive performances. The domestic violence arrest has raised questions about Davis's mental state and its potential impact on his upcoming rematch with Lamont Roach Jr., tentatively scheduled for August 16, 2025, in Las Vegas. Their first fight, in March 2025, ended in a controversial majority draw, with Davis taking a knee in the 9th round, an action not counted as a knockdown by the referee, much to the frustration of fans and analysts. Roach's performance was widely praised, as he absorbed Davis's best shots and countered effectively, marking the first blemish on Davis's previously perfect 30-0 record. Reports suggest Davis stopped training for 3 weeks following the June 15 incident, prompting promoters to consider rescheduling the rematch for August 23 or 30. The uncertainty surrounding the fight has only intensified scrutiny on Davis, with some questioning whether he can regain the focus needed to compete at the highest level. Meanwhile, Curmel Martin's rise in the boxing world adds an intriguing subplot to Davis's story. At just 18, Mouton has already made waves with his performances, including a dominant 8-round victory over Renny Viamonte in March 2025. Trained at the Mayweather Boxing Club, Mouton has sparred with elite fighters like Shakur Stevenson, Devin Haney, and Davis himself, gaining invaluable experience. Floyd Mayweather has been effusive in his praise, calling Mouton a generational talent with the hunger to achieve greatness. Mayweather's mentorship has been pivotal, offering guidance both in and out of the ring, with advice centered on self-belief and discipline. Richard Schaefer, a veteran boxing promoter, shares Mayweather's optimism, predicting that Mouton could become a world champion by 2027 if he stays the course. Mouton's emergence has inevitably led to comparisons with Davis, with some fans and media dubbing him Tank 2.0. Mouton, however, rejects these comparisons, insisting that he's carving his own path. He describes his fighting style as more aggressive and volume-driven than Davis's patient, power-oriented approach. While Davis waits for the perfect moment to land a devastating blow, Mouton prefers to press the action, throwing a higher volume of punches. This stylistic contrast has fueled speculation about a potential future matchup, though Mouton remains focused on his immediate goals, taking his career one fight at a time. The tension between Davis and Mouton also reflects broader dynamics in the lightweight division, which is stacked with talent like Shakur Stevenson, Devin Haney, and Vasily Lomachenko. Davis's legal troubles and inconsistent performances, his draw with Roach being a prime example, have led some to question whether he's still the dominant force he once was. Industry figures like Terence Crawford have weighed in, with Crawford suggesting that Davis needs therapy to address his personal challenges. Crawford, who has his own rivalry with Davis, acknowledged Roach's strong showing in their first fight but expressed skepticism about Roach's ability to replicate it, predicting a better-prepared Davis in the rematch. Oscar de la Hoya, another prominent voice in boxing, has also commented on Davis's situation, urging him to get it together and emphasizing that hitting women is unacceptable. De la Hoya's remarks echo a broader sentiment in the boxing community, where Davis's talent is undeniable, but his offering behavior continues to overshadow his achievements. Fans remain divided, with some defending Davis as a product of his environment, a trench baby who fights with the grit of his Baltimore roots, while others criticize his inability to stay out of trouble. The social media spat with Mouton, while relatively minor in the grand scheme, underscores Davis's sensitivity to criticism and his tendency to engage in petty exchanges. His decision to delete his social media accounts after the incident suggests an attempt to retreat from the public eye, but it also left Mouton's insults unanswered, giving the younger fighter a temporary upper hand. Mouton's affiliation with Mayweather, who has had a publicized falling out with Davis, adds fuel to the narrative that Davis feels threatened by the young prospect. Whether this rivalry escalates into a full-fledged feud remains to be seen, but it's clear that Mouton is eager to step out of Davis's shadow and establish himself as a legitimate contender. As Davis navigates his legal challenges and prepares for his rematch with Roach, the boxing world is watching closely. His ability to deliver in the ring has never been in question. His 28 knockouts in 31 fights speak to his devastating power, but his personal struggles continue to complicate his legacy. For Mouton, the path is clearer but no less challenging. At 18, he's already being touted as a future star, with Mayweather and Schaefer betting on his potential to dominate the sport. Yet, the comparisons to Davis, warranted or not, add pressure to his young career. The lightweight division remains one of boxing's most exciting, with Davis, Mouton, and others vying for supremacy. Davis's legal issues and the uncertainty surrounding his rematch with Roach have opened the door for younger fighters like Mouton to make their mark. Whether Davis can overcome his personal demons and reclaim his dominance, or whether Mouton will rise to challenge him, is a storyline that will unfold in the coming months. For now, the verbal jabs on social media and the drama outside the ring are keeping both fighters in the headlines, ensuring that their paths will cross again, whether in the ring or online.